Hello and welcome back to my channel Wild at Heart. I am Connor, and if you're just joining us, then welcome, and if you'd like to subscribe, then it is here down below my face. Anyway, today I am going to be talking things all Eve of Man by Tom and Giovanna Fletcher, and I have been so excited to talk about this book. It's taken me about a week to read it, and for those who have read it in one sitting, I commend you, because I found it really hard to read in one sitting. I always had loads to do, so I couldn't do it, and I think that's hardcore bookish reading. Go you guys. Anyway, going back to this, I'll explain a little bit about the book. So basically, it's based on a girl called Eve, and also the hero, as I say, called Bram. Now, they both live in this EPO tower type thing. She lives in the dome, he lives on the other side with the EPO, and they there is a love story that starts between them. It's a very unusual love story. You need to read it, really. But anyway, she is, in 50 years, there hasn't been a girl born for those poor men. Not good. Anyway, she is then born. Da, da, da. And everybody obviously is looking for her to bear a child, which would be another girl to save humanity. There's lots of things that I see in this book, and I kind of think, well, technically she is saving humanity anyway, because she's here. Hello. But you know, the pressure is on, and they need her to produce another girl. There's lots of twists and turns. I think my favourite characters in this book, I love Eve and Bram, but I also love the mothers. It's a long story, to be honest. They're the ones that actually really look after her. They've been brought in to look after her. Basically, you either get frozen and then come back to life, and they use all your bits and bobs and whatever to try and reproduce a girl, or you go and live in the tower and you help them. It's kind of a catch-22 for the women on this planet. Anyway, I think myself, their styles of writing, let's get into that then. I loved it. I generally did. I already connect with Giovanna's writing because I've read her books, and I knew it was going to be good. But with Tom's, I was like blown away. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Oh, I really love this. And there'd be a part and you'd start to read, and then you're like, oh, I got to carry this on. Oh my God. And it gets really fast paced, and I love that in a book. Anyway, then I start reading the parts of the Freevers. These are the people that are still living out in the world, that have not been allowed into the tower. Mostly men, but there are still rebellion women. And it does remind me of the rebellion of Star Wars. This book kind of does remind me a little bit of Star Wars. Well done, Tom. Which I loved. It is sci-fi. It is a trilogy. And I absolutely think it's fantastic. Like, come on, people. Get out there and read it. You've got to. There's been a lot of mixed emotions on this book, I think. There's been a lot of people that have said, oh, I really don't like the book. I'm putting it down because my hand's getting not good. There's a lot of people that have said, oh, I really don't like the book. I think it's rubbish. No, you won't be invited to tea. You're right. And there's lots of people that have loved it. I kind of think, and don't take this the wrong way. Actually, I don't care if you do or you don't. If you don't like a book, don't put that review up. Like, you're kind of asking for trouble. Because if you don't like a book, don't read it. end of story. You know, these people have worked so hard on these books. And like they say, they've worked on, the idea has been there for over 5 years, you know, and they've worked so hard on it together. And I generally think it's a fantastic book. It is a sci-fi book, so if you're not into sci-fi, you know, there is Star Wars in there, there is elements, I see it in there. I think it's brilliant, fantastic. I love that kind of stuff. If you don't love that, don't read it. There is the love story, there is the romance, there is the whole fighting of humanity, and I love that because sometimes we forget about things like that. I definitely would say this is a 10 out of 10 book. Go out and buy it, people. You need it in your life, especially if you like sci-fi and Star Wars. Just saying. I'm going to repeat that for like the next month or so. But there we go. But yeah, fantastic book. Go out and read it. You will love it. And if you don't love it, what's wrong with you? Just saying. Anyway, I will see you later on. I am here. You are there. And I will speak to you very soon. Take care and goodbye.